Welcome back, students. Now we are going to discuss about the two-compartment open model IV bolus administration. In the previous class, we had discussed about the multi-compartment models and the introduction part. Now we are studying about two-compartment open model IV bolus. As you can see, there are two compartments, 1 and 2, one representing the central compartment, two representing the peripheral compartments. Now, the rate of change in the drug concentration in the central compartment is going to be given by dCC by dt is equal to K21 Cp minus K12 Cc minus Ke Cc. Now, using the relation, as we know, x is equal to VdC. X is equal to VdC. We replace this term, concentration term, with x. So the equation becomes dCC by dt is equal to K21 xp by Vp minus K12 xc by Vc minus Ke xc by Vc. Consider this as equation 1. Now, the rate of change in concentration in the peripheral compartment will be given by dCp by dt, which is equal to K12 Cc minus K21 Cp. Now again, by using the relation x is equal to VdC, we apply it in this equation and we get K12 xc by Vc minus K21 xp by Vp. This is our equation 2. Now, the rate constants K12 and K21, these are the micro constants for the reversible drug transfer between the compartments 1 and 2, 2 and 1. Now, on integration of equation 1 and 2, what do we get? Say, on the integration of equation 1, we will get Cc is equal to x0 upon Vc, in brackets we have K21 minus alpha divided by beta minus alpha, brackets e to the power minus, carefully note it down, e to the power minus alpha t, plus we have K21 minus beta upon alpha minus beta e to the power minus beta t. This is on integration of the first equation. Now, similarly, on integration of equation 2, we get Cp is equal to K12 upon beta minus alpha e to the power minus alpha t plus K12 upon alpha minus beta e to the power minus beta t. This is on integration of the second equation. Now, consider this as equation 3. On simplifying this equation, on simplification of this equation, we get Cc is equal to A e to the power minus alpha t plus B e to the power minus beta t. This means that we have considered this part to be A and this part to be B. Both these parts have been replaced with hybrid constants. Remember the term hybrid constants A and B. Also, alpha and beta are also the hybrid constants, where alpha represents the distribution phase and beta represents the elimination phase. Remember, in a two-compartment model, we always have a bi-exponential equation where we represent both distribution and elimination simultaneously. Now, this equation, consider this as equation 4. This is the final equation, final expression for two-compartment open model IV bolus administration. Now, this is a bi-exponential equation which can be resolved by using the method of residuals into individual components alpha and beta. Do remember that this part is representing distribution or the distribution phase, while this part is representing the elimination. So this means this is a bi-exponential equation. On resolving this equation, like we did in the method of residuals, we will get two parts. See, when distribution is over and only elimination occurs, this term is going to be equal to 0. That means this equation can be reduced to b e to the power minus beta t. This is the back extrapolated value. Similarly, if we consider cc minus the back extrapolated value, which is going to be equal to cr. Cr is the residual value, that is going to be equal to a e to the power minus alpha t. Consider this as equation 5, this as equation 6. Now converting equation 5 and 6 both into log form. So the log form of equation 5 will be log c back extrapolated is equal to log b minus beta t upon 2.303. Similarly, the log form of equation 6 is going to be log cr, the residual value, is equal to log a minus alpha t upon 2.303. So this is the application of method of residuals to two-compartment open model IV bolus, where we are determining the value of beta, which represents elimination, and alpha, which represents distribution. This is the resolving of a bi-exponential equation into its two individual components, like we did in the method of residuals. Now on plotting a graph, of log c versus time, that is a semi-log plot. If we make a semi-log plot, time on the x-axis, log c on the y-axis. So what do we get? This represents the initial rapid decline. This is the slow terminal decline, as in case of a multi-compartment model. Now, on back extrapolating this line, this is what we get. This is the residual line. So this part is the true plasma concentration curve. True plasma curve. This is going to be the residual curve, and this is the back extrapolated curve. This point is log C naught, this is log A, this is log B. 3 points we have, starting with log C naught, log A and log B. Now the slope of the true plasma curve, is going to give you what? Is going to give us slope is equal to minus beta upon 2.303, while the slope of the residual curve is going to give us minus alpha upon 2.303, which means that from the true plasma curve, which is back extrapolated, we find out the value of beta, that is the elimination part, while from the residual curve we find out alpha, which is the distributive phase. So alpha representing the distributive phase, while beta representing the elimination phase. Now one more thing that has to be done in this part is, if we consider what is going to be the value of say the hybrid constants. So see, in this case we have selected two hybrid constants as alpha and beta, again two more hybrid constants as a and b, and two micro constants which were k12 and k21 respectively. So in a multi-compartment model or in a two-compartment model, we simultaneously use a number of constants. That is why the calculation becomes a bit more complex and lengthy, because here in trying to simplify the equation, we have to use a number of constants. Say in the equation we used a term that was x0. Say in this part, we are writing Cp. We can also write it like Cp is equal to x naught upon Vp, and then this equation follows. Okay, x naught represents the IV bolus dose, while Vp is the volume. Because all these parts are constant and we later on replace them by hybrid constants, that is either A or B. So that part was omitted in the equation. But always remember that x naught is going to be the IV bolus dose that was administered at the starting. But since the dose administered remains constant, it is eliminated or it is removed, considered constant in the further calculations. So the basic thing is, how do we determine the values of alpha and beta, the two constants which represent the distribution phase and which represents the elimination phase. Okay, so the overall rate constant is going to be a sum of all the rate constant used. That is, say if we are determining the value of alpha plus beta, or what is alpha plus beta? So alpha plus beta becomes K12 plus K21 plus Ke. What is K12? The rate constant when the drug moves from compartment 1 to 2. K21 when the drug moves from compartment 2 to 1, and Ke representing elimination. Similarly, the product of alpha and beta is K21 into Ke. These are some short formulas which are used in calculation part when we are determining the rate of distribution or the rate of elimination, when we need to find out alpha and beta. These are used in the numerical parts. But as far as the derivation part is considered, this is the complete derivation of two compartment open model IV bolus along with the method of residuals for this. So the only part that is remaining in multi-compartment models now is we have to do a short part on the Lou-Riegelmann method that will be covered in the next part. So in case you have any doubt in this part, do go through this, study this completely, thoroughly, and then come with your doubts. Till then, keep studying, stay safe. Thank you.